Hello again and welcome to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. This is round 5 of our League 3 GR4 Championship, and we move on to South America, into Brazil, just outside the city of Sao Paulo, here at the Autodromo de Interlagos, or just Interlagos if you want the shortened version of it. So very famous circuit, of course, on that F1 calendar, 2.6 mile anti-clockwise track. And we've got a 19 lap race coming out. In fact, we've got two 19 lap races coming up for you. This is it's race 1. Softs all the way for the guys, or no stop actually. It doesn't have to be softs, but all the way through to the end on race 1, as you know by now. Just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsors. We've got the W Energy Drinks and Eldridge Air Conditioning. So thanks very much for their support. So great shot of the cars just coming through that final corner, heading along the start and finish straight towards turn 1 here, early morning, just before the sun's coming up. So a strange time to have the race, but nevertheless looking really, really good. Right, let's take you through this grid then, shall we? Well, we have our championship leader at the moment in Motorstorm Hero out there in pole position. We've got Idle 4 Gaming in second, Captain Slow in third, Jay Dyson in fourth, Rascal in fifth, Chuck in sixth, Bloomfield in seventh, It's Oggy in eighth, Nightbreed in ninth, Vodka Rob in 10th, Thingamajig in 11th, and Nath in 12th. So just the 12 cars this week for this round. So here we go then. Let's get this underway. Really the guys looking to get into each other's slip, heading up to turn 1 already, and it's home of the late passes, the late lunges into here, but I think everyone's got through. It's Oggy making a move on Nightbreed. I think it was him taking him there, so good move if it was. So he's made up a spot already, I believe, as It's Oggy up to 8th. And then we'll go piling through along that straight at the back there. Now down towards this next left-hander. Easy to get it wrong and run wide out onto this AstroTurf on the right hand side. You get out there, it's very, very slippery, certainly in these temperatures as well. So there's a little battle going on between Chuck and who's that? Rascal, I think, coming up here. Yeah, Chuck just leading it in 5th place. Rascal close behind with Bloomfield in that Lambo, not too far behind there. Did someone go out wide there, or was that the camera shot? Was it Vodka Rod who just went a little bit wide out there in the other Lambo? Yeah, must have been. Picked up a second penalty there for track limits. Thought I see a quick sort of flash of something going through. So it was obviously him. Lucky there for Vodka Rob. Of course, I had a little interview with him last time out, didn't we? Very interesting indeed. Got to know him a little bit about what he does outside of being a racing driver. There's Nath, half a second for him as well. Motorstorm Hero. Normal place for him this season, isn't it? Out there, out front. Seems to be getting better and better every round at the moment, doesn't he? Of course, Idle Gaming, another one of our interviewees. Another good interview with him. Your family guy is Idle 4 Gaming. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's good to have a family outside of doing this. It's exactly what you need. So Dyson's made up a spot as well. So it's the usual 3 now in that top 3 in the race. On track as well. Storm no, then he gets his rear tyre on the outside. It nearly cost him a little bit of a, well, could have had a big moment, let's put it that way. But Dyson looks like just getting onto the back of Idle Gaming. Going through this tricky right, sort of double right-handed. He's got to let it roll through here, give it a little bit of power. Up over the top of the hill, don't go too wide. Dyson should be okay there, but he's right up behind Idle now. Captain Slow up into 4th place. So he's looking good there, isn't he? And 4th for him. There's Dyson getting on, still behind Idle, he is. On the brakes, left-hander now up the hill. Where the penalty zone is as well. Just a bit of a silly place to have the penalty zone. I think I've mentioned it before in one of my videos. you lose so much momentum, obviously going uphill at that point, and then having to slow to take that penalty as well can lose you loads of time and lots of places as well. Chuck now putting the pressure onto the back of Captain Slow, who's picked up half a second as well. I think he's just cutting the corner. The pit entrance there, you can get it. Penalty there for going over that line. So Chuck should, if he stays where he is, pick up that 4th place off the back of that penalty being taken at the end of this lap, of course. Look at Dyson now attacking. Idle 4 up the inside he goes, and good move. Lovely move from Dyson there. Let's go and have another look at that. Let's go on board with Dyson. So set it up here. Gets into the slip. The game is not going to get in his way now. He just pulls out at this point now. Right up there. Almost touches him. Steward's box brake. Down the gearbox. And up to 2nd spot he goes. Good move. Still neck and neck though, or side by side. Stormy Road clearing off in front. He's going to like this battling behind him, and Dyson still on the inside. Just about gets it again off of Idle Gaming. What a battle this is already. Only 3 laps in and these 2 are off already. Idle Gaming at SLS said he just wanted to try the car out, never driven it before. So a bit of a stab in the dark of whether he would get on with it, and he said he just does take a little bit of time to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's a good car, certainly through the corners. Hasn't got that flat out top speed as Dyson picks up a 2nd penalty now for cutting the corner. So doesn't have to take it off there, he's going to have another lap at it, but Idle getting a better run out that final corner, and they're still side by side coming through now towards that start and finish line. Idle just got that 2nd off her at the moment. It's going to be on the inside as well, so he should get that 2nd place back. That was latest on the brakes. Yeah, it's always going to be Idle Gaming there on the inside line. Dyson just gives him that. Dyson now with that 2nd chucks through on 4th place now, so he did get past Captain Slow. Let's see where that took place. Must have been, oh, that was there. He had his penalty, didn't he? So yeah, Captain Slow just stayed to the left-hand side. Now Chuck to just go around the outside and take up that 4th place. To try and chase down our leaders. Captain Slow back to 5th then. Then we've got Rascal in 6th, Bloomfield 7th, Nightbreed in 8th, Thingamajig in 9th, Itzoggy in 10th. Oh, Itzoggy's now, he was quite up there, wasn't he? Good move at turn 1, started the race, and now he's back down to 10th, so at a moment somewhere, there's Vodka Rob in 11th. Vodka Rob, the man who used to like vodka, doesn't drink anymore. So he says, and why should we not believe him? Back to our leader. Fastest lap, 1:37.6, but it's this little battle still in 2nd that we've got to focus on a minute, because these 2 have just been stuck together for the last couple of laps now. It's almost been like watching a replay with these 2 swapping and changing positions. Dyson back up to 2nd, but of course Dyson got that 2nd penalty. He's going to lose that 2nd again, and he's going to lose, or he's going to get himself back into the clutches of Chuck, because you can see, if I go back onto Dyson now, as he gets closer to that zone, just how much time he loses. So look, already you're trying to get up this hill. Now he's just going to lose the spot to Idle. Now it doesn't seem a lot, but Chuck's going to be on him. He's got to get his momentum back up, and Chuck's going to have him. This is what I'm saying. It's a terrible place to have a penalty zone, but Chuck's going to go round the outside of him, and up to 3rd. Chuck goes to them podium places. Slow back in it as well, so Dyson's fell right into the clutches of everybody. He's right in that little group now. Chuck, Captain Slow, Rascal, even Bloomfield in the mix as well. There he is, just coming through, but Dyson's got a little bit of work to do. Now he's going to have another go, see if he can get that 3rd place back off Chuck, and he's doing some battling, isn't he? Early doors here, Dyson. Round the outside of Chuck, that's a difficult place to pass on the outside. Gives plenty of room to each other. Chuck just helped him a little bit as well. Could have run him off wide there, but stuck his where he was. Oh, a little bit of side-by-side door action. Up the inside goes Dyson. Rubbing his racing, nothing wrong with that. And Chuck has to concede it in the end. Goes back to 4th place, but he's not going to give up his Chuck because Dyson runs in wide there. Chuck's going to try and go around the outside. That's not going to work. Chuck just sits behind him now in 4th then. Dyson in 3rd. And then Idle 4 gaming now. Obviously all that battling behind him has pulled him away from them, but massive lead for Motorstorm Hero now. It's just coming past the pit entrance as he starts lap 6. Into turn 1. Difficult blind apex. Corner that turn 1. In fact, let's go on board with someone, and I see what you mean. Let's go on board with this Hoggy. Now, you can't see it at all, the turn, can you? The fencing just ends, it's just there, and suddenly you're, oh, here it is, it's really tight. You can take a lot of that inside curve, just feed it through, take the inside curve there. Now go up the gearbox. Be a bit careful, depending on the car, you'll be right in this car, but some cars don't like that curve, taking too much of it, you'll be sliding off of that, possibly off to the right there. Now along to about where the steward's box is on the right hand side, and start to break 100 metre ball. Yeah, well, he done it about sort of 75 metre, didn't he there? Keep it on track. Didn't have to run it out wide. Don't want to be out on that AstroTurf or there either. That'll give you a penalty anyway on the right hand side. Now up the rise as we come up to the top of the hill. Feed it through. Then down to 2nd gear. Take all of that inside curve. Don't want to touch this one really. Want to just stay off of this one. Now power down now as it straightens up. Take all that inside curve there. And get ready for this next hairpin right-hander. Again, you can take all that inside curve if you wish. Out right to swing it left. This one's a cambered left-hander. Very easy to lose it there as well. 50 metre ball, bang bang, down the gearbox. 2nd gear. Now feed it through and up the hill. And away you go. Shot the helicopter up there with all its lights ablaze. Not sure what it's filming up there though, to be fair, but so great. That's sort of Interlagos, and there's Vodka Rob up to 9th, so he's made up a few spots, so there's bits going on behind here that I've missed, but I think we jigged to 10th and Nightbreed in 11th, half a second for him. Been left behind a little bit, so I think he must be falling foul to the penalty system here. So that's what happens, you can easily lose a lot of time if you get too many of the penalties. That racks up on this. This is a real penalty circuit, this one. It's not very forgiving at all. Lots of corners where you can pick up penalties, so if you're not careful you can really rack up quite a few in one lap. Someone who hasn't, we're looking at him, is Motorstorm Hero. Coming through this twisty section now. Gaming in 2nd. Still on his own, although Chucker's captain slow, and Dyson who's back to 5th now, so Dyson's, is that another penalty? So much going on that just losing, seeing all these incidents, but Chuck's still in 3rd obviously, but Captain Slow's got himself up to 4th place and he's going with Chuck all the way. That Citroen looks quite quick tonight around here, so maybe it's suited for the Interlagos circuit. Let's see how he gets on. Has he got enough in that Citroen to take that Super at turn 1? Let's have a look. He's in a good position, he's in that slip as well. Trucks do everything he can to try and defend. Probably a little bit too far. Yeah, Captain Slow's got that 2nd for cutting that pit lane entrance as well, and he's going to have a look. He's Captain Slow, but really clean driving. That's really good. Through there. No one really giving an inch, but still clean, fair racing. That's what we like to see. Nice and behind them, still trying to get involved. Captain Slow still side by side with Chuck. Chuck's on the inside, and this is a real good battle. Some really good battles going on here. This race. behind them. There's another one going on between Rascal and Bloomfield. Let's just go back and have a look at this. And can't be everywhere, unfortunately, but let's go and see some other people. And Bloomfield trying to get onto the back of, or get past Rascal, I should say. He's onto the back of him already. Now it's easy to, as I say, lose it around these twisty stuff if you get taken too much of this curb on the inside. But looks quite controlled there, does Rascal. Bloomfield behind him, ahead of them, it's still the same. Chuck, Captain Slow and Dyson in that order. Who's that with a penalty ahead? It's Captain Slow. Oh yeah, we knew that anyway, didn't he? So he's been picking them up as well. So Dyson will get a spot back there for Dyson as he goes past Captain Slow. Now it's time to chase down Chuck, see if he can get himself back onto the podium place again. But Jay Dyson, this is where you can cut and get that penalty if they all get through. Take too much of the inside line, you will get it, that'll be okay. For Rob, how's he getting through here? Oh, he's not taking any chances, no his thingamajig, he takes it really wide. Nightbreed up the hill, through that final fast corner. See if he keeps clear of it or whether he keeping well clear of it as well. Back to see Chuck and Dyson, we've been here before as well, haven't we? And exactly the same place actually. Dyson going up the inside of Chuck right at that moment. So again, like an instant replay there earlier on. But he's made it stick as Dyson, just a little bit more power in that Ferrari against that Supra, but Chuck better through there. I think he just ran it a bit wide, did Dyson. But he's still got that third place. Storm Hero still that fastest lap, he hasn't improved on it, still a 1:37.6. Captain Slow a bit wide there. Rascal now onto the back of them, and that's bringing along E. Bloomfield as well. And so we got 5 cars in the mix here, all in a row. This is going to be really entertaining as we hit that halfway mark of this race into turn 1. Through there nicely. That twisty stuff, great shot there. Second place Idle Gaming, doing all he can to try and get onto the back of Motorstorm Hero, but he's gone. Don't think anyone's going to catch him, although he's gone half a second there, but it's not going to make any difference. Such is the gap between himself and second place Idle Gaming. But he's obviously going to lose a little bit of time. So, assuming he doesn't pick up a penalty every single lap to the end now, it should be okay. Of course, the gaming, you probably can't see that penalty, he's a little bit too far back. You probably can't see it on the top of Motorstorm Hero there, but I'm sure he'll be being told through his headset but he's just got to keep going. Been there, so where are we then? Motorstorm there is just going past that pit lane. Idle's just coming up to it, so he has closed up a little bit, that gap, as you would expect, but didn't make too much of a difference. Dyson third, Chuck fourth, Captain Slow fifth, Rascal sixth, Bloomfield 7th as Rascal has a look up the inside of Captain Slow. Captain Slow closes the door through turns 2 and 3. I know the names of these corners here. As he pulls out now, Rascal surely going to have a move up here into the braking zone. Gets that done. Yeah, well, it's as clean as it's going to get, so that's a good move. Up to 5th goes Rascal. Back to sixth is Captain Slope. Bloomfield still sitting there, just hoping for a little bit of fun and games ahead of him. See if he can capitalise on any mistakes from the guys. But look at this battle here still going on. Dyson, Chuck. Dyson's been really in the thick of things in this race. Been trying his best to try and get away, get into third and then try and pull away from the rest, but he just can't do it at the moment. Every time he tries something, he either gets a penalty and he gets pushed back into the pack. The guys behind just respond and go with him, but I think he just wants to clear off and be on his own. It's easier said than done when you've got this breathing cars behind him. Look at this, all coming up the hill. You don't want to see that in your rear view mirror, but that's what he's got as a view. It's Hoggy, comes up through the final corner. 8th spot. Rob now under pressure from Thingamajig, so a little battle going on here at the back of the field. Thingamajig do, can he get Vodka Rob at 2 and 1? Looks a little bit far back at that point. Yeah, he's not going to make it there. That will be a lunge and a half if he has a go there, but close enough at all. The usual GT7 glitch where at least one car has its own normal livery on it and not the proper URL liveries. That will be with him in race 2. I don't know why it does it. Nightbreed in 11th. Not been his best race. He's getting left behind a little bit here, but he'll carry on to this final part of the race. Still knocking out fastest sectors, of course, or personal best sectors, but not fun when you're at the back and you're just sort of, it's almost like a bit of a practice going around there, isn't it, in the end? One guy that's well used to being on his own and well out in front is this guy here, Motorstorm Hero. Looks like he's increased his lead even further. He's not got any faster lap, but just a steady pace. I think he's picked up, apart from that one penalty, I don't think I've seen him with any other penalties against his name, so a pretty flawless run so far. Lap 13 of 19. Likewise, Idle 4 Gaming got involved in a little bit to start early doors. That slowed him down, didn't it? He was fighting with Dyson. That just allowed Motorstorm to clear off ahead of him, and he's not really ever recovered from that, has he? Idle Gaming. Of course, he'll take the second place. And the fact that he's ahead of Dyson, who's his closest sort of rival in the championship positions, not going to make too much of a difference because he's only in third, so there's only one place behind him, but every little point counts at this stage, and we'll game him if he can stay where he is, but a little bit closer to Dyson in that championship. Third from Idle. He's not sitting back in his championship. He wants to see how he goes and get to the end and pick up as many points as he possibly can and try get something back into his championship, see if he can win it. Be tall order when you've got Motorstorm Hero out in front, of course, getting maximum points every round, but still a long way to go in his championship, only halfway through, remember, so still lots of points up for grabs. Look at this shot of them all coming through. Bloomfield there, it's Oggy, second penalty for him, so Ferrari's not having the best races, are they? Apart from Dyson, of course. This battle here, it's livening up a little bit. I think they've all had a bit of a breather, now it's all time to go, and I think it's all going to close up in this final 6 laps or so. Up to 7th goes Bloomfield, or in 7th is Bloomfield, I should say. And then, as I say, it's Oggy in 8th, Thingamajig in 9th. He's got past Vodka Rob now. He's back in 10th. Nightbreed we know is in 11th place. So race is just getting a little bit spread out here, a bit settled down now a little bit, with the exception of this battle between Dyson and Chuck, etc. This is all probably the closest cars on track, but even this has kind of settled down. They're all stationed, as I say that, as Rascal having a look at Captain Slow. Oh, a little nudge back there, wasn't it? Bloomfield into the back of Rascal. Let's have a look at that. So Bloomfield in 7th at this point. Did he just miss his braking? Oh, he's actually hit the curb, and then he's just kind of clipped back of Rascal. So that was not intentional, obviously. So he will just give him that place back. There he does. Yep. Wasn't much of a in that at all. Just caught the curb, didn't he, Bloomfield, in that Lambo. Just speed him off a little bit and just hit the rear of Rascal, but Bloomfield up the hill, and the power that Lambo against the McLaren gets him up into 6th place. So there's another spot for him. Rascal might fight back, of course, here at turn 1. And in corners that it does open up a little bit, and it sort of tempts you to go for it, but you've really got to be in the right position to go for it, and you've got to be good on the brakes as well if you're going to go for it. So Rascal thought against it on that occasion. This battle could rage on until the end, couldn't it? Talking of which, how's this battle getting on? Yeah, it's all stable there, isn't it? So let's go and have a look at our leader. Then there's a gap, you can see it clearly, visibly there. There's Idle 4 coming round there. There's a great shot of the hairpins over Storm Hero though. This could be his up on his fastest lap time. So if he gets a good run out of this final corner, he could get a faster lap here. Wasn't by a lot, of course, but every little helps. And let's see, stay with him over the line and see if he does beat his 137.6. He might, you know. He does, actually, in the end, by about a 10th or so. 137.5 exactly. So fastest lap for him then. Idle 4 game in. I think he's settled for 2nd, if I'm honest. Dyson still trying to hold off Chuck. Captain Slow 5th. Bloomfield 6th. Rascal 7th. It's Oggy 8th. But this battle here between Chuck and Dyson, hasn't let off, has it? Chuck might be just having a small breather before he goes again on these final few laps here in race 1. Let's see, or have the tyres had enough. Dysons are looking okay. Trucks are better. So at the moment, I think you'd put your money probably on Chuck. Though the Ferrari does eat its tyres quite quickly, having driven the car. It's a great car, but it's a bit of a tyre muncher, that one. Let's see Chuck in that Supra. Slightly more life in his, so he got a good opportunity to get onto the podium. He's prowling around behind Dyson here. Now man Chuck. See if we can get him into the interview room at some point. Good to catch up with me old mucker as well, Chuck. And up to turn 1. He goes through turns 2 and 3. I wonder if these tyres are just giving up the ghost a little bit now, coming into these last 3 laps. Depends, because if Dyson's are probably obviously going off as well. So this isn't finished here, I don't think. So let's go through that field then. Well, we know Motorstorm Hero. He's got his hazard lights on now. Why has he got his hazard lights on now? What's happened here? And Idle 4 Gaming's right up there. Now, something's happened to Motorstorm Hero, and Idle 4 Gaming just goes right past. So what's happened to Idle 4 with Motorstorm? Let's go back and see when that all happened. Let's have a look. So, no, he's at that point, isn't it? So when did the hazard lights come on? Some way back. It wasn't at that point, was it? Turn 1, and he goes wide, or something happened there, kind of bit of a twitch, but it's all okay at this point, and he puts them on. Through turn 3, and he's putting his hazard lights on, and then he's kind of cruising. He's still going full throttle here at this point, but then it looks like he's... I don't know what that is. Has he got something sticking? There's something not quite right in the engine. Something doesn't sound right. He's slowed right down now at this point, and you can see that he's, well, Idle 4 Gaming must be rubbing his hands. Here's exactly what he wanted, and he's thinking, well, what's happened? What's happened? He's not going to care, of course, but Motorstorm Hero stays to the inside here, and Idle 4 Gaming will just sweep round the outside, just like that. He's saying, like, what's up, buddy? And then through he goes. So Idle 4 Gaming takes up that lead. So something gone wrong with Motorstorm, and you know what? He's going to lose more places, his Motorstorm, if he carries on like this. And obviously, there's a major issue. Is he just trying to nurse it back to the pits? But whatever way you look at it, he's going to be losing points galore here, because Dyson and Chuck's eyes have just lit up. And everybody else's. Dyson now behind Motorstorm Hero. No, he's back on it now. So Motorstorm Hero, what's happened? He's now got back into the... Yeah, the hazard lights are off and he's back on it. There's a strange... That was like a full lap of him in his hazard lights. Idle 4 Gaming has took full advantage. Dyson's like, hang on, pal. Can't you do the same for me? Chuck was also thinking, yes, I've got to have a last podium here, but at the moment, that's not happening because Motorstorm Hero, whatever it is or was, is back up to speed. Maybe he just needed a reset button. He couldn't, perhaps something wasn't working. He just couldn't get that reset button working. And thankfully for him, it's clicked in, but he has lost that spot to Idle 4 Gaming as they're on their penultimate lap now. So really weird one there. And he seems to be back up to full speed. Idle 4 Gaming though. And Chuck's got past Dyson as well. Chuck's made that move. When did he make that move? On. There he is. He's going to make a move here. Or did he run wide, Dyson? He does run wide. Dyson's tyres are having his shot. There he goes. Comes back on. But Chuck said, yes, we'll have that inside line. Thank you very much indeed. So does get that second penalty as well, so we could be losing even more spots here for Dyson because Captain Slow is right behind him. He's going to be going down to 5th. It's Dyson at this point once he hits that zone. I don't know if we'll have to do it this lap or whether we'll have to do it on the final lap. It's his tyres are shot. I think he's out struggling now. Oh, Chuck's had a moment now. Chuck's now we've... Let's go back and see what's happened. Chuck's spun round and he's lost it. And he's back to 5th. Chuck, so Dyson back to 3rd. So Captain Slow now. He's going to be getting onto the podium here. He's going to get into 3rd place without a doubt. He's going to love this. Dyson's going to stay to presumably the right hand side. Captain Slow, or the left even, and the Captain Slow will go past. Just like that. So will Chuck, and Chuck's on it. So Captain Slow up to podium place. Chuck wants to get that podium after that little mistake. Surely going to have a go here in this final lap as they go over the line now to start it. Does Chuck make that move at turn 1? No, he doesn't. Captain Slow, though, is pretty good to his tyres, to be fair. Tyres not looking too shabby compared with the others. Now, what's the pressure like? Can he handle the pressure? Captain Slow, is he going to get his first podium of the season? really be tasting that champagne for the first time. If Chuck's got anything to say about it. But we know the mistake, he made a mistake here at this point, didn't he, Chuck, last time out, and see if he can get round here this time without getting off onto the grass. No, he's better through there. That's wide though, Captain Slow. We're going to have to go back to our leaders, these two battling it out. Four Gaming going up the hill. Motorstorm is closing him down, but I think he's just about going to have enough idle Four Gaming, and he's going to take victory here at Interlagos Race 1. Your League 3 drivers, an absolutely brilliant race. Idle Gaming, he will definitely take that. Whatever the issue was, Motorstorm comes in the second. That'd be that, so not too bad in the end. Captain Slow, he's going to just about hold off Chuck for third. He does get it ahead of Chuck in fourth, Dyson fifth, Rascal sixth, Bloomfield in seventh. It's all close there, wasn't it, Bungie? It was like that all the way through, really, wasn't it, at the end there? All those boys together, but what a great battle between Captain Slow and Chuck in the end. It's Oggy now coming round in eighth place. That's to him. Thingamajig in ninth. Well done. Vodka Rob, he'll have that 10th place. And we know Nightbreed, who never really got going at all in that race, will come in 11th spot. So there's your race 1 from our League 3 Championship. And join me again soon for race 2 here at Interlagos.